Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime Poetry. I'm Lorie, and today I'm going to be sharing some poetry with you by E. Cummings. And I'm going to start with Spring is like a perhaps hand. Spring is like a perhaps hand, which comes carefully out of nowhere, arranging a window into which people look, while people stare, arranging and changing, placing carefully there a strange thing and a known thing here, and changing everything carefully. Spring is like a perhaps hand in a window, carefully to and fro, moving new and old things, while people stare carefully, moving a perhaps fraction of flower here, placing an inch of air there, and without breaking anything. And that is, spring is like a perhaps hand. Next, I'm going to read what was my favorite E. Cummings poem when I was in college, and it's called Anyone Lived in a Pretty How Town. Anyone lived in a pretty how town, with up so floating many bells down. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, he sang his, didn't, he danced, he did. Women and men, both little and small, cared for anyone not at all. They sowed their isn't, they reaped their same, sun, moon, stars, rain. Children guessed, but only a few, and down they forgot as up they grew, autumn, winter, spring, summer, that no one loved him more by more. When by now, and tree by leaf, she laughed his joy, she cried his grief, bird by snow, and stir by still, anyone's any was all to her. Someone's married their everyone's, laughed their cryings, and did their dance, sleep, wake, hope, and then they said their nevers, they slept their dream. Stars, rain, sun, moon, and only the snow can begin to explain how children are apt to forget to remember, with up so floating many bells down. One day anyone died, I guess, and no one stopped to kiss his face. Busy folk buried them side by side, little by little, and was by was. All by all, and deep by deep, and more by more they dream their sleep. No one and anyone, earth by April, wish by spirit, and if by yes. Women and men, both dong and ding, autumn, summer, autumn, winter, spring, reaped their sowing, and went there came, sun, moon, stars, rain. And that's Anyone Lived in a Pretty How Town by E. Cummings. The next one I'm going to read to you is by E. Cummings as well, called The Cambridge Ladies Who Live in Furnished Souls. The Cambridge ladies who live in furnished souls are unbeautiful and have comfortable minds. Also, with the church's Protestant blessings, daughters, unscented, shapeless, spirited. They believe in Christ and Longfellow, both dead, are invariably interested in so many things. At the present writing one still finds delighted fingers knitting for the, is it poles? Perhaps, while permanent faces coyly bandy scandal of Mrs. N. and Professor D. The Cambridge ladies do not care. Above Cambridge, if someone, sometimes in its box of sky lavender and cornerless, the moon rattles like a fragment of angry candy. And that's The Cambridge Ladies Who Live in Furnished Souls. And finally today, Summer Silence. Eruptive lightnings flutter to and fro above the heights of immemorial hills. Thirst-stricken air, dumb-throated in its woe, limply down-sagging, its limp body spills upon the earth. A panting silence fills the empty vault of night with shimmering bars of some sullen silver, where the lake distills its misered bounty. Hark! No whisper mars the utter silence of the untranslated stars. And that's Summer Silence. I hope that you have enjoyed today's E. Cummings edition of Lunchtime Poetry. My name is Lorie, and I'm a librarian at Manlius Library. You can find me here every day at noon on the Manlius Library YouTube channel. You can send me an email at lfinger@manliuslibrary.org if you have any comments or suggestions or questions, or just leave a comment on the video. Thanks. Have a great day and happy Poetry Month.